Right, let's give this a nice cut. Boom. Boom. All right. Shout out to eBay for the pickup. eBay's, just as a quick aside, probably my favorite online place to come up on sneakers, and I actually got these for a decent price. I paid £320 for these, and here we go. The box. You can see it is the sort of regular Jordan 4-esque type box, but obviously you've got the Bikey Air. Actually, we'll go through the details more specifically in a second, and I can already feel the texture on it, but here we go, man. Let's have a look at these bad boys. Got the authenticity guarantee, got the sticker pack, all the bits are there. You can see Nigel there on the paper, and then woo, okay, here they are. Your first look, my first look, and yeah, man, I gotta say the green is, well, it's as they appeared on the pictures, to be honest. It's this sort of like deep emerald type green. Let's look at the other one. Got the extra laces. Boom. My first impressions are the feeling of the material is really nice. Like the suede is really luscious, really good quality. Work it. Yeah. Okay. First impressions are, these are fire. Before we get into a detailed breakdown of the shoe itself, let's quickly give a little bit of context to this shoe, as well as talk a little bit about the release. So this year is the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 4, and this shoe, among others, is being wheeled out to celebrate that very fact. The RM stands for remastered, or remod, or really mid if you don't like these. And it's essentially a low top Air Jordan 4 that has been made with action sports in mind, hence the collaboration with Nigel Sylvester, who is a professional BMX rider. And after last year's collaboration with the SB department on the Air Jordan 4, it's showing a progression here from Jordan brands that they are looking to be more active in the action sports space, which I think is really cool. The release of the shoe was pretty hyped up, one of the most hyped up releases we've seen in some time, in my opinion. We first saw these shoes on the feet of Nigel Sylvester in a video a couple of months ago that went viral. Then we saw the early images, and then the detailed images, and then the on-foot images, and then we started seeing some promotional material from Nigel Sylvester himself, as well as on the Nike Sneakers app. And then he hosted, in the build-up to the release, a couple of ride-alongs, one here in London, the other one in New York. And then by the time the release actually came about, we were all gutted to learn about how limited these were going to be. Only a select few boutiques got allocations of these. The Nike Sneakers app release here in the EU and the UK was limited to something like 100 pairs. And I don't even know if these released on the Nike Sneakers app for you guys over there in the US, despite the shoe being promoted on the Nike Sneakers app. So my only kind of gripe with this shoe is that they didn't make it more inclusive. I know that they had to make these exclusive because it's a brand new model and they're trying to drive up some hype for some of the other models that are going to be coming out very soon, but I wish they'd made a few more pairs and made them a little bit more available. Right, so let's get into the packaging, because the packaging pretty much starts off the storytelling right from the get-go. Obviously, it's based on the Air Jordan 4 box. Instead of the Nike Air on the top, you've got the Bike Air, which is really cool. And instead of getting the cement print down on the bottom part, you've actually got this concrete motif, which is an exact picture of Nigel Sylvester's grandma's driveway. You've even got the crack down the middle. And what's really cool is the concrete pattern is textured so that it actually feels like concrete when you rub your fingers across it, which is a pretty dope touch. Underneath the lid, you've got the Go logo. These come with a sticker pack, which is a really cool feature. And if you're wondering why do they come with a sticker pack, well, it's so that you can use the stickers to decorate your bike. The paper is really cool. It features a picture of Nigel Sylvester as a 4-year-old kicking around riding his bike on his grandma's driveway. Right, talking about the shoes, I like the silhouette. Comparing it to the Air Jordan 4, you can really get a sense for how low slung these are, and I'm a big fan of a low top sneaker. The colorway is this emerald green or fence green or whatever, which is inspired by the color of Nigel Sylvester's grandma's fence that used to line the driveway. In terms of the materials, the upper is primarily comprised of this really fine suede, which has a really nice buttery feel to it and a nice amount of movement. And then you have this TPU cage, which is the novel part of the design for this shoe. This is a feature that we haven't seen before. The cage runs from the vamp and it wraps all the way around the shoe, and I guess it adds a little bit of extra rigidity, a little bit of security, and the TPU to the touch and to the feel feels rubberized, not plastic. Like there is a little bit of play, a little bit of flex, and a bit of give in the TPU. The tongue is made of a really nice canvas material, and on the top of the tongue you get the Bike Air by Jordan branding in place of where you would get the patch on the normal Air Jordan 4 RM. The ankle collar is comprised of this really nice nylon material, and it is really padded, like straight up really padded around the ankle collar. On the heel of the shoe you have the Bike Air detailing with this little miniature heel tab a la the Jordan 4, and then on the reverse side of the heel tab as a nice little detail you get a little BMX. Other nice little touches include a little debossed Jumpman on the rear quarter, and then you got this nice little embroidered lateral swoosh on the lateral side of the front quarter, and this is in line with Nigel Sylvester's previous mini swoosh detailings on shoes like his Jordan 1 High as well as his Air Force 1 Low. In terms of the insoles, they're kind of these little fuzzy joints but really squishy to the touch. The outsole features the regular herringbone traction pattern, and I really like the red detailing on the forefoot as well as on the midfoot as well. Really nice detail when you flick the old heels up, and obviously you've got the Nike branding in the middle in white. They come with 2 sets of laces, the green pair that comes installed. You also get an extra pair of white laces, and these are flat, and from what I've come to learn in the construction of the shoe, they actually added extra lace holes to this model compared to the normal RMs, and they also changed out the oval laces that you get on the regular RMs for these flat laces simply for aesthetic purposes. And the Bikey Air logo on the back actually hits out a little 3M sparkle, which is another really cool touch. Retail price point on these was 150 bucks or around 145 pounds, I want to say. Right now though, the lowest ask in the size that I got is 403 pounds or around 420 bucks. In terms of the quality and the QC, like I said before, the suede material on the upper is really nice. The construction of the shoe is really nice. These have been put together really well. There aren't any like flagrant QC issues. A little bit of glue stainage on the joins, but nothing really crazy. It does feel like an elevated Jordan collab, and the build quality in general does feel really good. So I guess the only thing left to do right now is to chuck them on foot and see how they look and feel how they feel. Comfort, really nice. I was really surprised actually how nice these feel on foot. In terms of the sizing, they do fit true to size. I'd recommend if you have a wider foot, you maybe size up, because a little bit like normal Jordan 4s, these tend to run a little bit narrow in my opinion. Worst case scenario though, if you do go true to size and they still come up a little bit small, you can always just rip out the insole and you'll be good. In terms of how they look, bro, I think these look awesome. Especially like the top down angle, they look really cool. They definitely don't seem as bulky as the Air Jordan 4, which I don't even really consider to be that bulky a shoe, but these compared to the Air Jordan 4, yeah, really nice. Now I know there's going to be a lot of haters out there that are going to want to say things like, bro, you're not even into the Air Jordan 4 RMs, you've been hating on them, you only picked these up because it was a limited edition collab, blah blah blah. Bro, you are correct. And so what? Now there is another Air Jordan 4 RM Nigel Sylvester that's coming out on the 8th of August in this gray colorway. And what I'm thinking is that this pair is going to be the one to whet the appetite. It's the limited one. It's almost like the friends and family pair that hardly any people could get their hands on. And so people are going to really want to get their hands on the next colorway, which is this gray pair. And so I think from a marketing standpoint, they've definitely played the game right. And so the big question, is this the shoe of the year? Is this a candidate for shoe of the year? Well, yeah, I would say so. The reason I think this is a great candidate for shoe of the year is because it has some really immense storytelling. I think the colorway is really clean. I think the quality is good. The execution is bang on point. And the fact is, this is a new model. I feel like any sneaker of the year should always be a new model, but this has all of the different boxes ticked. So is it the shoe of the year? It's still too early to call, but I definitely think this deserves to be among those considered. And there you have it. Those are my thoughts. The Air Jordan 4 RM Nigel Sylvester Fence Green. Really nice pair. Really happy to add these to the collection. Can't wait to rock these for sure. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. I'm always happy to hear from you and hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like the video before you bounce, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.